Good morning. It's Tuesday, November 4th, and welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Andrea Bonner, Chair of HCC's Consumer Arts and Sciences Center of Excellence, and I'm joined by Benjamin Escobar, HCC Production Specialist, and Benji's going to tell everyone how to find us today. Benji?
Yes, we are on the Houston City College District Facebook page, not HCC, but Houston City College District. Then we're also on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and on HCC TV, our own TV channel, where you can watch the show at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Today is going to be what we call a special Tenderness Tuesday. So we're looking at two opportunities to cultivate goodwill towards those around us. And our next segment, Benji will learn about using VR to grow our capacity for empathy. After a quick break, we'll be joined by Dr. Pam Lewis, President of Compassionate Houston, and our very own Dr. Danielle Stagg, Interim Chair of English and Communications. And they're going to talk about an upcoming event, Compassion Week. Welcome back to Up to the Minute. And we're glad to welcome Dr. Stagg and Dr. Lewis. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
We're glad to have you. So Compassionate Week, what is it and who sponsors it? I've heard a lot about it.
Okay. Compassion Week happens annually, and Compassionate Houston, which is a nonprofit in Houston, founded in 2011, every year since 2015 has a full week of free events for the public that help people uplift and connect and learn more about compassion.
I absolutely love that. I think we need a lot more compassion around here these days. So tell us a little bit more about Compassionate Houston.
Okay, Compassionate Houston, as I mentioned, was founded in 2011 by Reverend Betty Adam, and it came after she learned about the Charter for Compassion and its unveiling in 2009. She came back to Houston after hearing that and decided that we needed something like that here. So she and a lot of other co-founders in Houston, large and small, formed a nonprofit. They did a lot of grassroots events, got the city involved. And as a result, Compassion was the first Texas city to be named a compassionate city.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I love Houston, and that makes us, even more special. So are there opportunities for people to get involved if they can't attend the events?
Yes, there are 20 events that are free, but 5 of them at least are virtual. And people can join from their home. And also there are initiatives where people can simply go to our website, send shoes to children in need, and the organization who's sponsoring that will deliver them.
I love that. Now, Dr. Stagg, how did you get involved with Compassionate Houston?
Well, I first got involved when I was when I was serving as an innovation fellow here at HCC. And I was introduced to Compassionate Houston through a project that they have called Project Kindness. And I was working to introduce communication skills and also compassion skills to students. And so what Project Kindness does is that it matches a student with a senior mentor. And the students get to learn more about the mentor. They get to explore kindness, compassion, empathy, and they're improving their communication skills.
I love it. All great skills that you think people have, but sometimes you got to kind of hone those a little bit. So what benefits, and you kind of spoke to that a little bit, what benefits can people experience when they actively practice compassion?
Okay, so it not only improves your communication skills, but if you just think about your mental health, your well-being, your social skills, just any facet of your life, communication and compassion can improve. And not only for the person who is doing the kind act and also the recipient of the kind act, but people who are just witnessing what is happening, it can improve their lives as well. In today's society, we have so much stress and anxiety, and a simple act of kindness, a simple act of compassion helps you feel better. If you're suffering from loneliness, depression, go out and do something for someone else, because we all at some time have to have something unfortunate that happens to us. And so when it's not happening to you, be mindful of what could be happening to another person. And then when it happens to you, you're appreciative of the things that other people do. So do kind acts because it helps you and it helps other people.
I love that. And kind of what you said, when you see someone else doing it, it kind of encourages you to do that. It's kind of like the Starbucks effect, like I like to call it. People, one person pays for you and then you pay for the person and so on and so forth. So I love that. So Pam, how do small acts of kindness contribute to a larger impact in our community?
There are so many ways that that happens. I think that the most common is sort of the ripple effect that Dr. Stagg just mentioned, where if I do something small even, and it's very kind, both the person receiving it and people that they run into later and anyone seeing that are all affected by it. And so it ripples outward in a really an ever enlarging circle and makes the community and city as a whole all stronger, happier, more feeling more connected than separated.
I love that. Now, how is compassion, and you kind of spoke to that already, connected to sympathy and or empathy? Or either one can answer.
The main difference between empathy and compassion is that empathy is feeling, understanding and feeling with the person that who's either suffering or is joyful, either one. And then compassion adds on to the empathy a wish and a desire to alleviate any suffering or discomfort or alienation the other person might be feeling.
And to build upon what Pam mentioned, that with empathy and sympathy, we teach our students that there is a clear difference between sympathy and empathy. With sympathy, that would be, oh, I feel so bad for you, you poor little lamb. With empathy, it's feeling with the other person. It's that sense of compassion, understanding. And you may not always have the right words to say when you're showcasing empathy, but if you're there and if you're supporting someone, that is empathy in action.
I've always thought about, do you have to have experienced what they've experienced to empathize with someone?
No.
Okay. Because I think
No.
people always think, well, I've never gone through that. I haven't experienced that. I can't really empathize with them.
That's a great question. Like one of my students said, well, if I have a friend who lost a loved one, but I never lost a loved one, how can I empathize with that? You empathize through understanding. It doesn't mean that you felt that same thing, but you can imagine what it would feel like if you did go through that.
Great.
And also, everyone suffers and has losses. And so just knowing what that feels like is something that you can understand any problem that someone else is having by the feeling of having been there yourself, even not exact, but in general.
Well, I'm excited about learning more about this because, and Dr. Lewis mentioned earlier, we've got so many things going on in the, not just Houston, not just the United States, in the world right now. We need a lot of compassion, empathy, all of those things right now. So really excited about that. Is there one thing that you hope everyone can take away from Compassionate Week? And I'll let you both share.
Well, for me, it would be to attend either virtually or in person and experience and have the experience either understanding, learning, feeling just one small change in someone's life and then carrying that forward. I think it will make a tremendous difference.
That's good, Dr.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what Pam said. I think that when I first got involved with Compassionate Houston, I thought, well, what is my small little act going to do to this big problem that we have? But it really is true that one small act can create change. So if you go to one event, you do one kind act next week, it can have that ripple effect and it can change our community, change our nation, change our world.
I agree. And there are a lot of events. I see you've got a flyer here that's kind of talking about all of the different things that are going on during the, like, what's one event? We've got a couple more minutes here. Like, what's one event that stands out to you that maybe it's not a showcase event, but just that you want to highlight maybe?
That's hard to choose.
I know. It's like picking your favorite
child or whatever. For me, I think it's because of the fact that there are these two poets in the country, nationally, that to me speak to the theme of Compassion Week so much. The theme is small acts, big change. And these two poets, all of their poetry speaks to that theme, and they will be in town on Tuesday, the 11th, in the evening at Unity of Houston for what we call our network-wide event. There's nothing in competition with it. So to me, that hearing the music, the poetry, everything focused on small acts, big change would be a big thing.
Small acts, big change. I really love that and love hearing about Compassion Week. And I really want to thank you for coming in. And there's so many things. That's what I love about this show that we don't know about that's going on in Houston. It's going on at our college. But I'm certainly going to take advantage of Compassionate Week. And I want to thank Dr. Pam Lewis, president of Compassionate Houston, and HCC's, and I have to say HCC Central, Dr. Danielle Stagg, that's where she's located, Interim Dean of English and Communications, and we'll have their information in our post after the show. So up next, after a commercial break, Benjamin will talk with Kimberly Spivey and Cherry Steinwender of Our Tenderness, who are going to be our Tenderness Tuesday guests.
For over 50 years, HCC has been here for you. Affordable, accessible, focused on your success. This is your college, growing, evolving, expanding with you. More bachelor's degrees, stronger workforce training, online learning with global reach. A new name, the same mission, bigger vision. Houston City College, local focus, global reach. Register now at hccs.edu.
Our individual voices are powerful, but not everything has a voice. Let us be a voice to the voiceless. It's time to speak up for nature.
Poison Help is a free 24/7 hotline that answers all of your poison questions in over 100 languages.
Hello? Poison Help?
Hello? When poison happens, we're here for you. Just call Poison Help, 1-800-222-1222.
Next on our Tenderness Tuesday, we're joined by Kimberly Spivey, right? Yeah, Spivey, yeah. Coordinator of Community Outreach, Public Relations at Central College, and Cherry Steinwender, Co-Executive Director and Co-Founder of the Center for the Healing of Racism. Welcome to the show, both of y'all.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Yes, we're very excited to talk to you guys. So Houston City College and the Center of Healing of Racism are sponsoring a unique initiative that combines technology and humanity. And we've actually been, posting some of like the event that's going to happen, which is the VR for Empathy. And I've always wondered what that was going to be. So tell us about that.
So the virtual reality empathy event is basically an initiative that uses virtual reality for empathy, cultural awareness, and emotional intelligence. Through these stories, we're able to see through the VR different films that are impacting racism throughout our country that we have through the experience through Miss Cherry, who basically kind of goes through the films of how that impacts us as individuals in our world.
So I guess you could say with the VR, I guess it kind of enhances it because you get put on firsthand experience, and maybe for some of the folks who haven't experienced a racism, right? Is
Yes.
that how it kind of works?
Well, as we look at it, let me first and foremost say that one of the films really does not deal with racism.
Okay.
But it is a true story, and it's giving us an opportunity to really feel and to be in the reality of people that's homeless. And we wanted to use this and highlight the homelessness within Houston, Texas, because it's vast. And to be in a virtual reality, I was in a tent, and it was so real. There was a slight technical problem, and I was stuck in this tent, and in my mind I was trying to understand, how can I get out of this tent? That's how real it was. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden I decided, well, Cherry, if you take the headphones off, you're out of you're not really in a tent. That's how real it is. So we could read books, we could watch movies. And of course, we can gain empathy from those, but
Yeah.
to really be in that experience, to even be in an experience for all our young people that never experienced segregation within this country, to be in a cafe, all
Mhm.
black, and hear mother talk firsthand about her son that was murdered, and you are in it. It's not like you on the sideline. You are really in it. It
Mhm.
was so real for me until I kept reaching for the coffee cup on the table because I wanted coffee. To be able to teach ways of people getting them to that point of compassion, of empathy, of sympathy. Yes, this is a very powerful medium, and I know the effect it had on me.
No, yeah, it's very powerful. Like I said, I mean, it's gonna put you like first hand on experience
Yeah.
on what that is. I mean, not only did you say, yeah, we're gonna have some on racism, but we're also gonna have something on homelessness and experiencing that. So that's amazing that y'all are doing this and using this powerful tool to show folks what this really is. And so I also wanted to ask about the Center of for the Healing of Racism and the impact of this partnership that we're gonna have.
Well, the Center for the Healing of Racism is 36 years old, and
Wow.
we have traveled all across this country. We've also had people that visited Houston, Texas from all over the world
Hmm.
that wanted to understand American brand of racism. And in looking at that, to be able to use the words that we use all the time, anti-Semitism. And I feel anti-Semitism is also a form of racism. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because one of the VR films we will be using is about the story of Anne Frank. This book had been published in probably every language there is,
Yeah.
and you read it, and you could, have a lot of empathy with Anne Frank and her family.
Mhm.
But you will be in the building that they were in for over a year, and all of the different hiding places that
Wow.
they had to hide from the Nazis. And I know when I was in it, I was really afraid that I was going to fall down those steps because some of those rooms were in the basement. That's how real it is. So I want people to really understand that you are about to go into another dimension, into a reality that if you've never ever had the opportunity to use the virtual reality, you are in for a real awakening.
Wow, wow. And could you tell us also about this reality collab space and how it really fits into this mission?
I feel that right now, we wanted to bring in something that highlights her organization, but highlights our reality collab of having that opportunity to kind of showcase it in a different light. We have the classes, we have the VR classes for that, but showing the actual films and you being in that mindset of seeing like the homelessness, and like she said, of being in that mindset of being within Frank and the basements and everything. So I think I wanted to be able to showcase that in a different light and also have that be something that explores the students to different opportunities that come from that because they may want to, once they get through, learn something from the Center of Healing Racism, more that just is not more just racism, but it's more something that is culturally awareness for the world right now.
Wow.
And let me say, after each film, there is a short pause because we will process the information,
Yes.
reality that you just were in. We will process each one of those. You will have an opportunity to bring into the room the feelings that you had when you were in those spaces. So it's not just being in and we're going to go home. Oh, no, we're going to talk about this. We want to know the effects and effects it had on you.
Mhm.
That's great. That's great. And, like I said, people sometimes need time to process something like this, especially if it's never happened to them, if they've never been put in a situation like that. Especially you were saying some people have never have experienced segregation. So it's going to be very very, I mean, I guess you could say life changing. It's gonna open up like a whole different experience, which I want to tie into this next question, and I want both of y'all to answer is, why do you think empathy is so important right now? I know earlier we talked about compassion, but now empathy. I mean, why do you think that's so important now?
Go ahead. You're good.
You know, it's always been important. It's not just now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel now, because we are so divided as a country. We are so divided as human beings. And maybe we could find common ground with each other
Yes.
if we could just begin to feel and empathize with not only with the other people or other person, but with this country, period. I think we need a broader empathy.
I agree from everything she's saying. I do hopefully that when people see this, it sparks a conversation, it sparks something in their mindset that they want to be able to change or see things that are changing and really kind of speak up about it and see that in a different light.
Yeah. And I think Sherry's right on that. It's like, I feel like what we need is basically just a conversation between each other. I mean, yes, the country might be divided, but I feel like these are ways that we can, get something started for us to become together because we work better as one, right? I mean, so it's good to hear. And I want to say congrats on all this work that both of y'all's teams have been doing to create such an event. I mean, and using VR because it's not easy technology to like run around and do. So it's great to hear. So lastly here, we're wrapping up the show in about a minute. But if you could share with us about this event, that way people know about it and they can hopefully join.
Yes, so the event is next Saturday, November 15th from 9 to 12 p.m. here at our central campus in our Reality Collab. There will be 3 films that they're able to kind of see, like she was explaining earlier, and that there will be snacks as well for people that if they, want to stay, they can have in between breaks. But no, it will be a great experience. It's from 9 to 12 again, like I said. Come out, it's free, no charge. Everybody is welcomed.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kimberly Spivey, coordinator of community outreach public relations at Central College, and Sherry Steinwender, co-executive director and co-founder for the Healing of Racism. And we'll have all of that info on our post after the show. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank
You have a
you.
great
Thank
day.
you so
Thank
Of
you.
course, you too. Thank you. All right, coming up after a quick commercial break, Andrea and I will return with some news and announcements.
HCC ha estado para ti, accesible y enfocado en tus éxitos. Más carreras, formación avanzada, aprendizaje global en línea. Nuevo nombre, misma misión, visión más amplia. Houston City College. Regístrate en hcc.edu.
Art is hard.
But not as hard as living in an over-policed community.
Art is hard.
But not as hard as accessing mental health resources.
Art is hard.
But not as hard as being uprooted by gentrification. At Artistic Noise, art creates a community for system-impacted youth to be seen
and heard.
Learn more at artisticnoise.org.
All right, Benji, let's tell everyone all about the great news and wonderful things that we've got going on at Houston City College. Why don't you tell us first about the Eagle Resource Hub?
Yes, the Eagle Resource Hub at West Loop campus is now open and available to connect HCC students to a multitude of resources and vital information. Through the Eagle Resource Hub, students can access campus-based services and guidance related to scholarships and career services, financial needs, parenting supports and family services, tutorial and academic assistance, accommodation supports, attendance supports, and more. I mean, this has it all. So the hub is located in room 114.05 on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Fridays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So for more information, check out our post after the show.
All right, then we've got Ring Around the Moon. Join us at the HCC Central Campus as our fall practicum students take the stage in an exciting new drama production. Don't miss the showcase of emerging talent. It's going to be free, our favorite thing, but reservations are encouraged. So it's going to be November 6th through the 10th at HCC Central, the Mirror Stage in Theater 1. And for the link to reserve tickets, check out our post after the show.
All right, and next up we have Brainy Battles. Score points, have fun, and make a real difference. Every point your team earns helps plant real trees in 9 developing countries across sub-Saharan Africa. Teams are created automatically based on the number of participants. No need to form teams in advance, so each winning team member receives a $20 gift card. So not only are you helping the cause, but you also get something in return. So this will take place Thursday, November 13th at 5 p.m., and it's going to be virtually through Zoom. So if you want to join, you can join virtually. So for more info, again, check out our post after the show.
Then we've got our juried student exhibitions. Juried student art exhibitions are taking place at campuses all across the district. So November 10th through December 4th. And for more information about that, check the Fine Arts calendar. A link will be in our post after the show for that.
And then again, spring 2026 registration is open. Have you registered? You might as well do it. Spring 2026 registration is now open. So HCC offers a variety of semester lengths and start dates in several modalities, including in-person, online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, and hybrid lab. Register early to get your preferred classes and times. And I'm going to stress that. Do it now, because then you'll be searching for a class in your right time. So just do it now. To learn more about HCC program start dates and options to cover costs, visit hccs.edu/apply.
Coming up on Good Works Wednesday, we'll discover how you can help provide a Thanksgiving dinner for someone in need through Operation Turkey. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time.
When you're given a childhood cancer diagnosis, hope is lacking. But coming to St. Jude, they were my foundation for getting my hope back. So we have to continue funding St. Jude, because if it weren't for the donors, my daughter may not have made it to her 2nd birthday. Now she can show everybody else what true strength is.
Play Eric Amarolla's Race Day Mix.